Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It was super loud here last night. I mean, I went to bed pretty early, and there was a boom that literally shook my bed. That's how it is out here. Um, Everybody's fine. Everybody did well. Um, I received a comment just a few minutes ago on my last video, and I really found it quite telling of the mentality and the cruelty that people have. So this this commenter is Dirt Farmer, and I don't know if it means from the Ghostbusters thing. I don't know. I don't know. But told me about their experience last night and how they felt and how everybody was celebrating more than ever with bigger, you know, firework displays and so on and so forth. And can't believe that people would feel the way that I do right now on my last video talking about Independence Day. Well, to minimize someone's feelings that come from what they see, feel, hear, and know by interjecting your own feelings and the feelings of people that you are like minded with, that's immature. Because as we grow up, we realize that not everybody agrees. And that's part of life. We don't agree. But to minimize someone's feelings and to say that they don't count is very typical of this regime. You know, putting human beings in the middle of a swamp in tents. Children also will be going to this detainment center. And to all of those who are trying to save the babies, trying to save the children, you're going to be okay with them putting them in Alligator Alley where they're talking about uh, with glee in their eyes about alligators um, harming human beings. They are laughing about it. They are making shirts and merch and all of that about it. So for someone, Dirt Farmer, like you, who is okay with the cruel and the absolute disregard for um, humanity, just the disregard, the cruelty. You know, when I think of cruel and alligator Alcatraz, I think of when on the cartoon you had Cruella Deville on her alligators riding them. Yeah, I don't agree with how this country is run. And no, I didn't feel the same towards celebration yesterday. And a lot of people didn't. A lot of people celebrated in spite of their feelings, which, had my husband said, "Hey, you want to have some people over?" I would have been like, "Sure, we'll have some people over." I didn't engage it. I didn't set it up because I didn't feel it. So when you start minimizing people's feelings and you're okay with cruel behavior, you really don't count in my world because the cruelty right now is just ridiculous. So, Dirt Farmer, go suck an egg. Okay. All right. So, what we're going to talk about today is being prepared. And I think that it is absolutely important to be prepared right now. I am going to recommend a channel, City Prepping. Now, don't think it's just because if you're in the city or whatever. He's got a very good channel. Um, and I think that he has the message that people need to listen to. Listen to the one he made. I don't know if it was just a few hours ago or yesterday, but then go back and kind of watch his videos. He is phenomenal. He is my prepping hero. Okay. One thing I will say about him is that he is very concerned because his wife um, is a U.S. citizen, but she could be taken away, and he's got kids. And he did a video about how it's hitting home. So if if you want to be MAGA, that's fine. If you want to be cruel to other people, that's fine. But when it starts hitting home, then you're going to understand why other people don't feel like celebrating. But anyway, go to City Prepping, fantastic channel. I recommend it. I've been a subscriber to him for many, many years, I believe. So anyway, um, let's talk about being prepared. First things first, we have to prepare if there's no communication, no electric, and no water, running water. Those are the three things that could happen in any kind of scenario involving attacks on our country, attacks within our country, um, so on and so forth. Hacking, because all of these systems can be shut down. They have been. Um, our electric grid is not that great. We have tons of hackers, and who knows what Elon Musk could do. I mean, I don't know. Could they get in there and shut us down? I mean, I'm just saying Elon's just mad, but I don't know that he would do that because he actually just wants to start a third party. But anyway, understand how easy it is for no electric, no running water, and no communication. Then you have to look at transport or no fresh supplies in the grocery store. If you rely on groceries, um, you have to start thinking, what if? Because those what ifs have happened before. Granted, it was mostly toilet paper, ground beef, chicken breasts, you know, and those kind of things. But what if it was more than that? My recommendation to start prepping always and will always be is your everyday needs. You start in the morning, you get your piece of paper and your pencil and you write down everything you have touched, used that day. And you make certain that those are the things that you start with first. And people say, well, that's not going to help you in the long run. No, but it's going to make it more comfortable for you. Because it might just be a spurt or a sporadic reason why you can't get those items. It could be a very incidental thing. I don't know. But I always recommend that because I want to be comfortable. I want to live somewhat of the life that I'm used to living every day. Um, I would say that this would be a good time to start deciding if you want to grow a pepper plant or a tomato plant. If you're going to wait till next year, start collecting your containers, your soils, your seeds this year, and start next year. Depends on how you decide to move forward with this. And if you're, like I said, if you're in an apartment or you have a small area, do containers. See that? I mean, that's a small area, and I jam packed it. As a matter of fact, I picked more cucumbers today. Got a lot of cucumbers. Um, but knowing how to shop because you want to save money right now. Inflation is going up. The job scores are down. Um, Inflation is not changing, and it's not going to change. It's not going down. Our president, our criminal king, decided that he was going to say that eggs were down 400%. Well, that would mean that they're going to pay you to take them out of the store, and that is completely delusional. He says that gas is down to like $1.98, $1.99. That is absolutely delusional. So if you're believing this stuff, well, then you are believing delusions rather than the realities of the facts that groceries are going up. The cost to put them in a can is going to go up. Start collecting canned goods when you can. Um, your pantry staples, very important. But knowing how to shop sales can save you thousands of dollars yearly. I think I am almost at $3,000. I could be above right now, I'm not sure, from Kroger and Kroger affiliate savings from sales and couponing with digital coupons. That's a lot of money. $3,000 is a very large amount of money, and we live comfortably. I could stop my grocery shopping right now, and we could survive probably 3 years on my food storage. Now, something else I do is I use buckets. Okay, I put like um, like dried beans, rice, pancake mix, um, spices, things to get through a time period, and I put them in buckets. They have a sealed lid. I put them in buckets, and in the wintertime, I sit them out here behind the house. I put a shower curtain over top of it. I use shower curtains I find on sale over tarps because they are waterproof. Okay, not just water resistant, they are waterproof shower curtains. And so I buy them when they're on sale, and I use those for that. I use them for little greenhouses. I use them to shelter the chickens. I mean, shower curtains are one of my big things that I do seasonally at Dollar General sales or other clearance. But I put those things in buckets, so if I have to grab a bucket for someone else or we need to start living out of the buckets, I've got everything I need to prepare meals for at least 2 weeks for two people in that bucket. I also put some canned goods in there, peanut butter, things like that. Um, I also have just baking buckets set up. I have just sugar buckets set up. I have a tote that has 57 pounds of dried pinto beans in them that I gathered last year at this time during Dollar General clearance. They were 2 pound bags, and I think I was giving, I don't remember how it ended up, but I believe I think it ended up, I don't know, I'd have to go back to that video, like 50 cents a pound or something like that, but I ended up with 57 pounds of pinto beans because I looked for it, I searched for it, I found it, I waited for it to go on clearance. I did 5 off of 25s with them on Saturdays, and this was all Dollar General clearance. So I have a tote with 57 pounds of pinto beans. In my buckets, I can guarantee you there's at least beans, rice, pancake mix, maybe a bread mix of some sort. There is seasonings, spices, peanut butter, um, syrups. I mean, just the buckets are jam packed. So that way people can survive. North sides. I absolutely love shopping for North sides and the ramen noodle trays and cups. Um, those come in so handy. When I grocery shop, you see me go after meat, fruits, vegetables. You see me going after cheeses, and all of those things are always on sale. Now, when I get a good canned food deal, I'll do that. If I get a good dry good deal, I'll do that, like dehydrated potatoes, like the Betty Crocker potatoes. I grabbed a couple of those this week because they were 99 cents. I have a lot, but those are dehydrated potatoes and they will last a very long time. I'm just saying. Mixes over scratch cooking. Okay, so when it comes to cakes or biscuits, pancakes, things like that, yes, we can make it from scratch. But here's the deal, when I find mixes super, super cheap, it has everything I need in it and I can run and go. Do you know what I mean? I could just add my water or whatever it needs and bake it and it's ready to go. I don't have to worry. I'm not a baker, I'm a cook. I'm an artist, I'm not a scientist. I'm not good at baking. I've never been good at baking. I'm good at let's make this taste good and throw in whatever I want to in it and having a fantastic meal. So for me, mixes are great, like Bisquick or any of your all purpose mixes. You can do a lot with those. I really like pancake mixes that are water, where you just add water. I stock up on those. Normally, the Pearl Milling Company, which used to be Aunt Jemima, has a great deal at Kroger twice, maybe three times a year, where you can get pancake mix and their syrup super, super cheap. And I can guarantee you, I do that every single time. So we'll never run out of those things. And now it's time to start rotating. Now, we eat more cooked stuff in the wintertime. In the summertime, I'm just like tacos. It's easy. It's a one time cook, chop up, get it all put together, put it back in the fridge. You heat up as you need it. You're good to go. And I'm going to give you an example of this meal I'm cooking today. Okay, so I had a coupon to get $1 off of, was it Ortega? I think it was Ortega. And I saw the really fancy, schmancy um, taco shells. And I was like, okay, so they're on sale. I've got a coupon. So I got them and I got 20 shells for the cost of right around 10. But they're fancy ones. So we can have a fancy taco dinner. I also stocked up on cheese that day. I think it was, they ended up being $1.79 a piece. So I bought all five of them. I bought some block, I bought some shredded. So that's our cheese. Now in my pantry, I already have salsa, taco sauces, sauces that I have picked up here and there on sale. So that we're good with. We've got plenty of jalapenos. We've got plenty of cheese. I've got refried beans that I picked up at Aldi. I have beans. I could cook some dried beans and make refried beans. But why not utilize what's on sale as my cooking? Now, ground beef. You saw that yesterday I picked up ground beef on sale and had a coupon for it. So I'm going to utilize. Now, I did give Solomon right around maybe a half or 3/4 pounds. I fried it up today with with some eggs. So that was his breakfast. But the rest of that roll will go to our tacos. I'm also going to add the refried beans to it to make it go a little bit longer. I have flour tortillas. I also have just everything that goes with it. I've got chips. So we can have chips and salsa and tacos and burritos and all of that good stuff. So learning how to shop and learning how to put your meals together through sales is how I do it. Now, I also want to talk about medical. Some of you out there are going to lose your medical, and that's going to be rough. And I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to focus on um, type 2 diabetes. Okay. Um, about a year before my accident, um, I had my blood work done, and I was like, my numbers was were right on the cusp of type 2 diabetes. And they wanted to put me on a medicine just like that. They were like, well, we can prescribe this, this, and this, and this, and it'll bring down your numbers. I was like, whoa. I was like, wait a minute. We know that the reason why I am on this cusp is because of my diet, because of what I eat. I mean, you have to be realistic about the conditions that you have. My husband has high cholesterol. Well, that's because he eats horribly. But anyway, I said, listen, I said, give me 4 weeks. We'll do another blood test and see what happens. Within 4 weeks, I dropped that number 3.5, which put me way far away from the cusp of type 2 diabetes. It's all about what you're putting in your mouth, your exercise, so on and so forth. So, with that, I'm going to say this is a time where you need to control those things that you can control, your cholesterol, your type 2 diabetes, maybe anything that you do that exasperates COPD or asthma. allergies, things like that. You need to figure out how you can make those better so that you don't have to pay out of pocket to go to get medical attention if you need it. First aid. I don't remember ever getting stitches. I only got stitches once, and that's when I had my daughter. But I have been cut my whole life. As a child, my mom would do really good butterfly strip care. Um, so I know how to stop the bleeding, assess the situation, and prepare that wound without medical attention. So you need to have all of those products. You need to be able to be sterile. You need to be able to bind that very well. Um, that's just one thing. What if you were to dislocate your finger or hurt your shoulder? Do you have a splint? Do you have a sling? Do you have ace wraps? Just so that you can kind of monitor your own system, because what are they going to do for you? Make sure that you have the appropriate medications that you need. If you need cold, or you need allergy medication, or if you need extra vitamins, supplements, obviously, those are the things that you're going to try to stock up on your own. And I just want people to understand that prepping is just not a fantasy. Being prepared for anything that may happen, or trying to prepare yourself to be better for the new world that we're living in, is really important. So I would definitely recommend going and seeing City Prepping. He is just spot on at all times, and I like his approach. But he's real. He's a realistic individual, and I think you would find his channel very helpful as you try to start preparing for this new world. And I just want to add in there, if you are a new U.S. citizen or you have statuses such as that, please keep all of your records close to you. If you have to, go and get a police report. They're public, you can have it printed off, and then that way you have that so they can say that you are not a criminal, you don't have any nicks on your record. So, to those people, keep your papers close, make a binder, make a folder, and make sure that you give a copy of it to someone who can litigate for you. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Got a lot to do today. I got to go make some tacos. I'm really excited about this, and so is my husband. We haven't had tacos in forever, and our Taco Bell closed down, and another person is making tacos in the town, and they're just not that good. So I'm going to make us some good tacos. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance.